What's up, dears? We're back with another Kickstarter demo. We're doing When the Shutter Stops this time. Their Kickstarter's ending like really soon, so I decided to get this done. But first, listen to this music. That's beautiful. So anyway, from what I understand, this is about like a child detective who grew up or something like that. I don't know. When I first like heard that, I immediately thought like Harriet the Spy or something. I don't know why. I don't think she grew up though. I don't know where she. I mean, she had to grow up, duh. Anyway, let's start a new game. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's a dirty city, and the people are just as filthy. Me? I'm no different. My story just starts earlier than most. This whole thing began like any other night. It was in my office. I was set to see my last client for the evening. It was a weary man that I only ever referred to as Mr. Jacobson. He had come to my office asking for the great Priscilla Vate. That's me. He needed someone to help him track down the man who had stolen his wife's heart. He explained that his wife grew distant and caught her making late-night phone calls to an unknown party. Wait, she has her own. How old is she? Has her own office. Okay. I found the answers for him, but I knew he wouldn't like them. No one ever does. Thanks for coming in, Mr. Jacobson. Were you able to find anything? I held up a large brown envelope. It's the proof and answer to the questions he couldn't ask himself. He needs to know, yet he doesn't want to know. Everything I was able to dig up is in this envelope. Well? First, payment for services rendered. I paid you already. That was just the upfront payment. Where's the rest? Girl, she hustling. Hold up, let me change this thing, because it's kind of annoying. I don't know. This one too. Okay. Oh, excuse me. How do I get out of here? Get me out of here. Okay. How much? $300 for the services. $45 for expenses. That's too much. This isn't a lemonade stand, Mr. Jacobson. She's going to take a lot more than that away from you if you don't have these pictures. Then shoot. Silence. His brow lowers and there is a certain liquid quality to his eye. It's that moment grown men fight the urge to cry and scream and cry. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Or both. All I can offer him is a shrug. If you really want to know, I really need to be paid. He fumbles through his clothing and pulls out a cheap, beat-up leather wallet. He dumps its contents. Hundreds, 50s, and 20s peek out from under a small number of $1 bills that he uses for the strip. He counts out the amount. I'm counting it with him. It's exact, $345. He lays it out on my desk. How convenient that you have exactly the right amount. I stare directly into his face. but he can't look me in the eyes. Save it. Normally I charge liars an extra fee, but you've got enough problems. I flick the envelope in his direction. As soon as it is in his hands, he nearly shreds it apart for its juicy contents. When I put these envelopes together, I put the best pictures in the front. It's a simple service I provide to my customers. In his case, it's two women, one of which is his wife, engaging in extramarital affairs. Ooh. I didn't think your lady would be into the older ones, but hey, different strokes, right? Girl! How old is she? I collect up the cash and roll it into a loose wad. When I look back to him, the blood has drained from his face. Mother? Oh no! Oh snap! Oh no, that's so bad. Whoa, that's rough, pal. This is going to be good. Girl, I can't believe this. Are these real? Uh-huh, they're real. Hey, at least you can call her a mother. Girl! He slams the pictures down onto the desk and looms over me. This is the part where my client is unhappy with what they've discovered and or what I've said and decides to make it physical. You little... And this is the part where I make my client see the error of his ways and persuade them to leave. I think it's time for you to leave now, Mr. Jacobson. Our business is done. The threat of severe electrical shock is enough to change his attitude. He snatches the photographs off of the desk and promptly marches out of my office. Another day, another dip. Really? I said get lost. Oh, it's you. A heavyset man comes through my... Wait, what? Are we looking at the same person? Or is somebody else about to come through? Because, where? A heavyset man comes through my door, easily 5 times my size and double of the clown that just left. Nice to see you too. Sorry, Sam. It's my landlord. Rough customer. No more than usual. I answer and pour some of the good stuff into my drinking glass. What? He reaches out an upturned palm. Got it, right? Yep. I turn over the wad of cash. It rarely lasts this long. What's his deal? I keep my clients' personal dealings private, Sam. He stops counting the cash and stares. He pokes a hole right through my code of ethics. His wife and mom were going at it. Does anyone like their mother-in-law? Apparently she did. What? I mean, they were screwing around behind his back. That's rough. That's what I said. You're gonna have the rest... You're gonna have the rest of the rent. Yeah. When? Soon. He's not thrilled with the answer, but that's all I have for him. Cut me some slack. Business has been slow. Not my problem. I'm the only tenant here that tries to pay the rent anyway. He cracks a cynical smile. I don't think Sam would ever put me out on the street, even if I couldn't pay. I mean, you're a kid! He sits in the chair opposite of me and exhales his frustration. Also, the only one that puts me in trouble with the police. Not my problem. I grin back at him. He watches my place when I'm not around, doesn't make any fusses about me being far underneath the legal age to live on my own, and doesn't ask too many questions. Unless someone gets nasty, I forget to pay rent. Then he asks plenty. He motions at my glass. Got enough for that apple juice? I'm not much use in getting rent if I'm dying from thirst and hunger, Sam. Be better at it if you took the right kind of pictures. Pedo. Don't even. That's not funny. You know what I meant. I'd love to, but it's not that easy. Nobody's going to buy a nameless kid's photographs. All there is in this city to photograph is filth. I throw my hand at the way Mr. Jacobson. And I'm already doing that. It's not that bad. Yes, it is. I put on my best pout, but it only hardens his resolve. His eyes open in a just slightly too wide way. Any moment now, lasers will shoot out and reduce me to a pile of ash. I'm sure of it. Well, that's what the stare feels like anyway. Oh, I'm just not looking at it. Oh, that's creepy. Sorry. A few more jobs and I'll pay up, I promise. He pushes my hat down over my eyes before giving my head a firm pat. Hey. Do your homework next time. What? Your client. You didn't know that was his mother, did you? No, I didn't. He wouldn't have blown up at you if you broke it to him gently. Telling someone the two people that should love them the most don't? Seems hard, kid. He's quiet just long enough to let it drop. Just don't do anything reckless, okay? Me? Reckless? He gives me another look that pokes straight through my facade. Yeah, I didn't believe it either. The moment Sam leaves, the phone on my desk rings. Click. Talk. A lady's voice comes across the phone. It's a smooth, calm, and professional voice. It's the voice of a woman who has made making phone calls her career. Miss Vade, the PPD respectfully requests your assistance at the corner of 4th and Wicker. You don't beat around the bush, do you? I was warned not to. I'm not really in a position to be refusing work, but the Philadelphia Police Department offers some of the worst work there is to have. Sorry, I can't take on any more work right now. A familiar, husky voice comes from the other side. It's the voice of a man who has made a career out of chain smoking and pastry eating. It's the chief of the Philadelphia Police Department. It's a crime scene, hot one. The noise that follows is the chief's frustration. It sounds a bit like a sigh, a bit like a groan, a bit like a please make it stop. Like that? I've never had a conversation with the man that didn't once involve him making that groaning sigh. You need the work, and we need the help. He's right on both counts. My landlord and the stack of red and yellow past due notes on my desk reminds me of that much. But still, I have plenty of reasons to not want to take on their work. I don't need it that badly, especially not after last time. Listen, kid. We've got a serial killer on the loose. You want me to go after a serial killer? No?
You've taken down the worst. Come on, Percy.
No, and don't you dare call me that.
You could help put a stop to it. Think of the good you could do.
You don't pay bills with good deeds, and if you could, you and your force would be bankrupt anyway.
Don't be like that, Vate. I'll double your usual.
I do need the money. Quadruple it. And I call the shots or I walk.
Deal. You for real? How much is our usual? How much is quadruple that?
My age doesn't dissuade the PPD from calling on my services. Being well underneath US labor laws, age restriction isn't a deal breaker for them. Okay, kitty cat.
Yep, okay.
Skirting, breaking, and ignoring rules is something they're good at. But I refused a lot of work from the PPD, and chasing murderers and playing whodunits with the homicide division isn't the worst of it. I've done some things that I'm not proud of. Getting involved in police affairs has yet to help me sleep better at night.
2 of our boys are already down there, waiting for you. Try to be nice this time, Vate. Can't afford to lose anyone else. Pick.
He hangs up before I can respond. Damn it. I step out of my office and into the street. It's humid, chilly, and the stink of the city hangs in the air. Yes. Please excuse my kitty cat. He is very much at the microphone. It's been a rough year. I've lost a lot of things, but my sense of smell wasn't one of them. Summer is practically over and fall is upon us. I'm reminded that there are things that I need to take care of. I've been neglecting to add myself to that list. It's probably because I always find myself in this situation. Someone has a problem and somehow comes to the conclusion that a little girl is the best solution. They're often light on the details get down. So I wind up finding out what the job is really about when I'm already knee-deep in it. I knew this case would be no different. For the PPD, you could say I'm the cavalry. Get your butt down. But I'm more an easy out for the pitifully understaffed police force. The lack of quality detectives means it pays well, but it's always a rough job. Last job they signed me on for left a bad taste in my mouth. It was a drug bust, and they needed someone to scope out a suspect. Who better to do that than a noble scout? Not that I deserve the title. Lone Caucasian male in his early 30s, one-man shop. It should have been a typical sting operation. Get inside, confirm the evidence, stop the suspect. He was sloppy and small time. Materials for the manufacture of crystal were left haphazardly in his living room, and the stench of the process radiated out into the street. By no means your criminal mastermind. On the coffee table was a pistol without a magazine, empty blister packs, a plastic bag of the illicit substance, and a wrapped wad of bills. I gave the code for evidence confirmed. Would you like to try our no-fat sugar cookies? As planned, backup charged him. Get down, he shouted. Get down, he didn't. That's when I realized I had made the wrong call. There were 2 kids on the other side of the paper-thin wall. They had no idea Daddy was cooking crystal or why the good guys were there with guns. Some rookie lost his nerve and pulled the trigger first. Bullets tore through the apartment and our suspect indiscriminately. The sofa, the family albums, the walls, everything. And when the gun smoke cleared, all that was left of him was a slice of Swiss cheese slathered in ketchup. Still can't get it out of my head. Police protocol authorizes the use of deadly force against immediate threats. It was an authorized use of deadly force, they said. An authorized use of deadly force. Wait. Was it? Was it really? Because did he reach for a weapon? He was just at the door, was he not? Did I miss something? Because I don't think that's an authorized use of deadly force. He was a dirtbag, but did he deserve to die? I've played the scene back dozens of times. Had I said he was armed, would things have turned out differently? Protocol, they said. That was the word they used to justify murder. That corner, the corner of 4th and Wicker. Oh, I'm just realizing this. It's Philly, and Philly is kind of dangerous, I think. I was actually going to go live in Philly because I was going to go to school. I was going to go to Drexel in Philly, but I decided to go Massachusetts instead. Seemed like a nice school, though. Yes, kitty cat. The whole city has history, some good, some bad. 4th Street itself isn't a busy street, even on the worst of days. It's been paved recently, even. It's a dark, lonely little road. A single lamp sits at the corner, and under it waits 2 uniformed police officers. Should have asked them to pick me up. The chief said she was on her way. What's she like? Was she pretty? You'll see. I recognize one of them. He's an older veteran of the police force. He never quite made detective, but he's been around long enough to know the ropes. His name's Albertson, but I've gotten used to calling him A. Hold up, let me put kitty cat away because he wants to play. There's a fresh-faced recruit with him. Can't say I've ever seen him, but he's green. It's something you can always see in this line of work. Rookies just stand out. It's in their eyes, the way they're just a little too bright to have seen much of these streets. Yeah, they're like big and innocent. It's in the way they smell a little too clean, a little too sweet. The chronic stench of the city hasn't quite soaked into the uniform yet. It's in the way they sound. Cracking voices betray the youth they suffer from. Not that age, or the lack of it, has ever slowed me down. Ugh, rookies. Oh, goodness. Girl, you're like 12. Excuse me. Goodness. A waves me over. I'm like, what the heck? It's a little girl? Good evening, mate. What's good about it? It's chilly, it's a school night, and I'm stuck here with you and some rookie. It's Officer Bennett, miss. Great. I'm here with Cop A and Cop B. Do they need someone to babysit the rookie? A cuts this Bennett kid a scolding look. Thanks for coming out, Miss V. I look forward to working with you. He's polite. It's a little disarming. He flashes a smile at me that It's nauseatingly optimistic. It was only when I felt that mild repulsion to the man that I realized something was off. My usual PPD contact is absent. Where's Mr. Nick? Mr. Nick? She means Officer Knight, her old handler. Oh, Officer Knight was reassigned. I'll be taking over for him. You're doing what now? Reassigned. Whenever I needed something from the PPD, Nick would be the one to deal with it. He acted as my primary point of contact on most official police cases and was my regular escort. In a way, he was my partner as long as the PPD had a stake in the case. Not that I really want a partner. They're just convenient since I can't reach the pedals and the steering wheel at the same time. Cute. Should have known he wasn't going to be around for long. They never are. Meh. Let's get to it. Give me the facts. What do we know about our victim? Our victim's name was Brittany Johnson. She was a 23-year-old college student, Caucasian, blonde hair, 5'5", 170 pounds. Didn't look it. There's an outline of a body on the ground next to the streetlight on the corner. The body is in processing right now. Cause of death is speculated to be poisoning from the dart, but we don't know for sure until the morgue can finish handling it. The dart? Like a blowgun dart? Oddly enough, no. It was a regular throwing dart, just like the other victims. Like the other victims? That's right. Chief said this was a serial killer case. How many others? 7, counting this one. 7 victims. That many? Why would the PPD bring me on now? Someone at the office has to be more acquainted with the motives and movements of the perpetrator than I am. It was my recommendation. We need a fresh pair of eyes, and you've been one of our best external assets. Ah, bless you, bless you. Frankly, I don't think we can solve this without you. I'm not used to praise, only the paycheck. Sure, I've helped them before, but not with anything like this. You should have called sooner, thanks. And I'll be humble about it. Well. Oh, I like that. That's cool. You should. Well. I'll go with thanks. That sure is a nice thing to say. I feel the urge to thank him, but the words turn to stone in my throat. Wait, for real? I'm not sure how to respond. What? I didn't actually get the option for that. Okay. Yeah, well, you could have called sooner. We've taken to calling him the Dart Killer. What is his face? He grips his clipboard and knees at the edges as he tries to steer the conversation back to the crime. Give me a few minutes to take a look around. What did he say back then? If you need to think things through, start with a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Go over the basics. I'm no rookie. I probably wouldn't hurt to remember how things work, right? I'm a little rusty. If I want to get anywhere in this case, I need to follow the clues. That's how detectives do it. I can find clues by looking around with a mouse and clicking on points of interest. Some things will be obvious, some things won't be. I don't need to worry about selecting the right type of thing to do. That's for amateurs. If I get stuck, I can ask my partner for help. Failing that, I can always take a deep breath by holding down tab. It's my own detective superpower. What? I should take my time. The crime scene isn't going anywhere, but if we leave it, someone or something may tamper with any evidence left behind. That is very cool. I have a superpower with tab. Will it light up and tell me? Are there any security cameras? What's this? Nothing. There's a grim outline of a body drawn in reflective tape on the sidewalk. Cartoons and for kids mystery shows like to use these instead of actual victims. Something about seeing a dead body being too disturbing and making them grow up too soon. Surprised they bothered to do this for me. If seeing a dead body makes you grow up, I'd be eligible for senior citizen discounts by now. What's the deal with the tape?
It's marking tape.
I know what it is, eh? Why is it here?
It's marking where the body was.
I expected this more from the rookie than A. I'm getting a headache already. What were our victims' details again?
Miss Brittany Johnson, 23 years old.
Any idea what she's doing here?
Good question.
Where is she from?
Her ID says she's from Gladwin.
Where's that?
It's out the suburbs up north.
Far?
Not really.
What time was she found?
It was called in right at 4 o'clock.
Did anyone figure a time of death?
Not yet.
Who found her?
I spotted her from my patrol car while coming down 4th.
They really are understaffed if they're having rookie beat cops working homicide. First time seeing a dead body? He nods silently, and I bet you tried to help her. You didn't realize she was dead. Don't worry, it gets easier.
Oh! Wait, you...
I suppose you would have told me if you saw anyone else. The rookie nods again. Anything found on her?
Only a purse.
I need to remember to ask to see it before we're done here.
Is this okay?
I can overhear the rookie trying to whisper as I make my way through the crime scene. Emphasis on trying.
Is what okay?
Miss Bates, she's just a little girl.
I know what it looks like. That little girl.
Sir?
She's brought a crime lord to justice with nothing but a glass of lemonade.
Lemonade?
What is this right here? I don't have my cursor on, but let's see. Is it a thing?
The United States implemented a number of programs to stop and prevent kids from taking up smoking. They weren't very effective. Now every pack of cigarettes comes with a warning label explaining the increased risk of death as a result of using the product. Yet people still smoke. On the bright side, the habit has a way of making our jobs easier. Each one of these cigarettes is an opportunity to prove a person had visited a particular place. It's dry on the top, damp on the bottom. The tobacco inside is still fairly stiff. A brown-gray ash of used tobacco puffs from one end of the cigarette as I lift it from the pavement. Red circles around the edge of the orange filter. Lipstick, dark red, smears. I don't know much about the application or brands of cosmetics, but it doesn't take a scientist to know it belongs to a pair of lips smothered in the stuff. Was the victim wearing lipstick?
She was.
Should we take it back for forensics? Wouldn't hurt. This may have belonged to the victim. Can you get me a bag, rookie? The rookie reaches out with a small plastic evidence bag, and I drop the smoke into it. There's certainly no reason to go searching every cigarette butt on the corner, but this was laid out and hadn't washed off the street during the rain, meaning it's at least reason. Their hushed conversation continues. What if she gets close to the perp? We're putting a kid in the line of fire.
She's been there before.
And that makes this time okay?
The commissioner's on board with it, and if you do your job, she'll be just fine.
This is getting really distracting. I'm still trying to find a security camera. Like, there had to be a camera somewhere, right? Okay, I just clicked on the lamp. An old-fashioned street lamp decorates the corner of 4th and Wicker. It lacks the sophistication that modern street lamps have, and the rust shining through the fading paint job tells stories of vandalism and neglect. It has charm in its own way, but much like the rookie, it does its job poorly. Oh, burn. The outline of our victim lays under the lamp. Looks deliberate, doesn't it? The murder? The placement. If she were murdered here, why would the murderer wait until she was under this light? If the victim wasn't murdered here, why bring her here? Hiding the body wasn't the intent, obviously. Something else had to be. What if she was like already there on the corner? What if she's a prostitute? All of the victims were left on side streets and alleyways. Only this... Officer Bennett. The rookie clams up. What was he saying? Something about the other victims? It would help if I could get more information on the MO of the killer, especially since they suspect it's a serial killer. Is there anything else that stands out about this victim? He doesn't answer. The rookie motions to his superior, and A clears his throat. Thus far, only the placement of the victim has been unusual. That isn't very helpful, A. You're giving me nothing to work off of here. Graffiti? Philadelphia is covered in graffiti. Tags like these can be anything from someone's name, acronyms, declarations of faith, love, or hate. I think it says 10... Not sure what it means. Trying to decipher does not compute. What about this one? Is that a lemon? Why is it a lemon? What about this one? Philadelphia's covering. This one's probably some punk kid trying to make a name for himself. This is conveniently placed. Oh, there's a vent right here. Or a pipe, or a steam pipe. Steam pipes itself through, a street drain, yeah. A nearby street drain. A small, dirty trickle of water flows along the curb and down into the steamy darkness. Kinda looks cool, like those vents you see in those old detective flicks. Oh, right. It was raining earlier. It was raining most of the day. It just let up a little over an hour ago. I should really look outside more often. Oh, that was nothing? No, the only thing I can think of is people live around these places. The windows facing the street corner are boarded up. Dang it. All of them. Dang it! Okay. Okay, so nobody... What about, like, this building? Building? Trees? Something? Sidewalk? Anything? The place that they're at? Street. Wait, did I read this? It's charming its own way, much like a rookie. Ah, crap. I'm gonna skip that. What about this tiny patch of grass? I'm not a detective. I think I have all the, is this really not like a, what about this street lamp? No? Fine, I give up. Yes, Miss Vate. You said she had a purse. He produces the purse from a large, clear evidence bag and hands it to me. It's potential evidence, yet the rookie was carrying it around? Where was he even keeping this? I look in the bag. Cigarettes, pocketbook, and a bundle of business cards. Evidence always comes in threes. Doesn't it always happen like that? 4 if you count the purse. Wait, what? There's 4. Did he just... What, are you a mind reader now? Never mind that. If there's 2 things that give you clues about where to go... Wait, Are you, like, reading the text? He's, like, looking down and, like, reading the text. Because she didn't say it. She thought it. I think... If there's 2 things that give you clues about where to go and who to talk to, it's matchbooks and business cards. Our victim's purse has one such treasure of information. Bingo. 4 business cards in her purse. Automotive services, career counseling, college admissions, and some kind of personal trainer. Did anyone look into these business cards yet? Didn't seem right to go through a purse. We need clues. Wait. How did he get her ID without going through her purse? Her pocketbook is still in here. Rookie, I don't trust you. I pull a card out of the group and hand it to the rookie. This one is new, probably within the last week. How'd you tell it was new? It's in good condition after being in her purse. Still has a glossy finish, edges aren't bent. Smells more like a print shop than it does the inside of her purse. That's pretty impressive, Ms. Vate. Someone wrote on it too. Thursday, 2:45. He looks at the card more closely. Oh, it's Miss Fattel's career counseling. You know it? I've been there a few times. Rethinking your career choice? Did you just glare at me? She's been a person of interest in the past. Real nice lady. Person of interest for this dark killer we're looking for? What about her parents? Don't they have a problem with this? I can hear you, rookie. Well, don't know. Why don't you ask them? Let it go, Bennett. It's all covered and accounted for. Sir? Sorry, Vate. The rookie hasn't been briefed on your situation. That's alright. I'm done here anyway. Already? This intersection isn't busy. There's still auto and pedestrian traffic through the area. And you said you saw her on your regular patrol, right, Rookie? It's Bennett, ma'am. Fine. You saw her on your regular patrol, right, B? Yes. Was she wet? Pardon? Was she wet? Damp? Had she been out in the rain? Well, yeah, she was. Have you been here since you found her? Yes? How long is your route? He's working the short beat on 4th and 5th. It's all of the blocks between South Street and Wicker Street. 25 minutes. 30 tops? Did you stop anywhere on your patrol before you found her? Only to talk to Officer Albertson. And how long was that? Couldn't have been more than 10 minutes, I'd say. 40 minutes from 4 o'clock. Odds are B was just a few blocks away from the culprit when the body was... I don't think our victim was killed here, just brought here after the fact.
How do you know that?
I don't, but there's no immediate signs of resistance here at the scene. Given how open this intersection is, I think it's more likely that our culprit brought her here afterwards. Still, we should search for witnesses locally. Whether it happened here or if she was dumped here, someone could have seen. Meanwhile, we should reach out to the last people that contacted her and find out who has her lighter, or who gave her a light.
Oh, I didn't think about that at all.
A lighter? I'm not much of a smoker anymore, but
Excuse me? Excuse me?
But I imagine it's hard to light one up without a lighter.
Anymore?
I might be having too good of a time riling him up.
Okay, girl, because I'm like, what the frick? You're like 10.
Focus, B. We found cigarettes on her, but no lighter. If the cigarette I found belongs to her, there's a good chance that whoever gave her the light, or whoever has her lighter, may have seen the culprit, or may be the culprit themselves. A and B look at each other for a moment, as if silently sharing their reaction to my conclusions.
But I don't think, because if they brought her there, would they have brought her there with her cigarette still in her mouth? No. Or in her hand. I don't. If they brought her here, I don't think that's her cigarette. Y'all need to test the cigarette ASAP.
As if silently sharing their reaction to my conclusions.
Well done, Vate. That's what we figured thus far, too.
Wait, what? What was the point of that if they already figured that out? And how exactly? Did they already know the cigarettes was there? There's still a lot of unanswered questions, but we should get moving on our leads. We need to find out where she's been and who she's been with.
Any clues about the Dark Killer?
They've told me nothing about this serial killer, and this is the only scene I've been on. I still don't know enough about the other victims. If it's the work of a serial killer, then the victim is more of a type and less of a personal interest.
How do you mean?
In a murder investigation, the motive to murder can help lead us to suspects. But serial killers may or may not know their victims personally. Instead, they target a type of person based on some common characteristic or interest. We've concluded that the perpetrator's type is young and attractive women between the ages of 16 and 25 with a strong lean towards blood.
Oh, just pretend I said that in A's voice. Towards blonde hair. Our current victim fits his preferences, and then there's the calling card throwing dirt.
We should see what he was up to earlier today. It's possible someone she was with,
What she was up to earlier today.
possible someone she was with may have seen the murderer in her company. The sooner the better.
But where do we start?
We haven't had a chance to find any leads. Is he putting me on? We found a connection, remember?
We did?
I show him the business card, belonging to Mrs. Valerie Fattel's career counseling services. My guess is that she had an appointment today with his counselor. She might have talked about her plans for the day, or she may know who she was with.
Fattel.
What's wrong?
Miss Fattel has come up a few times during the investigation. She's been a career counselor to 3 of the victims. I suppose it's 4 now.
Then we definitely need to have a word with her. We should go while the trail is still hot. This whole thing has me on edge. Something feels out of place. Something doesn't quite add up.
Rookie, what is up with your tie? I'm just now noticing it. I suspect the rookie is freaking... He's real sus, you know? I don't know why, but he's sus to me. I'm always suspecting people.
Why here? Why under this light? Why try to show off the body? If they were trying to show it off, why not somewhere more visible? The risk of getting caught in transition. Is the murderer too conspicuous? Why aren't the police telling me more about the suspected serial killer? A. Yes, Faye. We need to talk about the serial killer. I need to know what you know about the murders.
We need you to approach this from a fresh perspective.
A parallel investigation. You're sending me into this blind.
It would be no different than if we had just continued working without you, if I told you everything we know and assume. We need you to work independently for now and draw your own conclusions.
Except that I'm a detective and the two of you are just beat cops. I want to tell him, but then I just get another manners lecture when I go to collect my pay.
Then we can compare our findings and act accordingly.
That makes sense, but if their entire force couldn't pin anyone down after more than half a dozen crime scenes, I'm not sure how much more effective I could be. They look to me as if I'm some kind of detective genius. Maybe I could be considered that because of my age, but that doesn't make me any better than their own detectives.
Bennett, escort Vate to Ms. Patel's offices and accompany her while she investigates. If she asks you to do something, do it.
Yes, sir.
I'll take the evidence back for the forensics.
Can't you let the rookie handle that?
I, can't handle that.
What? Why not?
Chief's orders.
I, mishandled some evidence.
Okay.
So why were you holding the purse earlier? And where even? What's up with this guy?
You'll have to deal with Officer Bennett, Vate.
Wonderful. I take another long look at the rookie. What did I do to deserve this?
What did she do to deserve this as well? Yes. So, my dears, we're gonna end this demo here. I'm not sure how long it goes, but I don't want to go too long for this. So I'm going to include the Kickstarter in the description if you're interested in it. I'm interested so far. Like, I like detective things. When I was younger, I really liked like detectives and spies and stuff like that. Like I mentioned Harriet the Spy, like that was my movie back in the day, yo. Like even just like a couple months ago, I went back to watch it. Cause I was so into stuff like this. So this, I feel like I'm gonna back it. Yeah, I'm gonna back it. So yeah, check out the demo for yourself, or if you're liking what you see already, maybe consider backing it. They're like halfway to their goal and they don't have a lot of days left. So if you can afford to back it, even if it's just a little, that would be really cool. But I'm definitely gonna back it. Okay, so I will see you guys in another Kickstarter demo. We're gonna do Bandcamp Boyfriend. And yeah, so see you guys there. Bye bye.